Good morning, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. About an hour before the opening bell on this July 10th, Tuesday, S&P 500 futures are almost flat this morning after a sharp move. We saw overnight that 2797.75 high that we saw overnight, just a couple points away from resistance support at that 2800 level. That's a key line to watch here this week. You see we're pulling back, but I think that's a good thing to see the early morning weakness. If you see it every single session that we've had with a strong market rally has started out with a decline into about that 1 hour into the trading session mark, and then we have a nice strong rally. So a little bit of weakness in the morning, not necessarily a bad thing. If you look over the last 180 days, again, that 2800 level has been really the tough nut to crack after breaking through it for the first time to start the year. The 2800 level needs to hold, and I think it will. Momentum still pointing up for the market, and also if you look at the VIX this morning, when we were at our highs, the VIX was at 12, and that's been a key support resistance line. You can see it acted as some trampoline at the start of the year, and now as we've broken down, cannot break below it here to start June, and you can see we moved up to near 20 at the end of June. So if you see we're down to 12, we can break below that, get over to 2800 level on S&P 500 futures, very bullish. And if you look, it looks like financials have finally taken a baton from this market. Financials have been in a free fall since the start of June. So here we are in July. Financials finally starting to look pretty attractive here. If you look, S&P 500 ETF, the spiders momentum has turned. I talked about this. If you go to the blog post at optionmillionaires.com. Each of these momentum turns have been a really nice buy point for the market. This one, no different. Look at the move we've had since the momentum turn. We're out of this channel again. We break that 280 level, looking at new all-time record highs. Same with the NASDAQ QQQ, really close to record highs. A new record high print overnight for QQQ. And you can see momentum turning. And guess what? Each of these momentum turns ultimately end up in this really positive momentum mold here. And we haven't gotten there yet. So I think there's more upside to come for the market. Small caps as well. Nearing that 170 level yesterday. We're up. This morning we were 169.70, I believe. Pulling back a little bit, but still momentum is strong. I think we're going to break over that 170 level. And finally, Dow Jones Industrial Average tracked here by the diamonds. Big momentum break just the other day following IWM, QQQ, and SPY, trailing it by a day. And I think that's going to be the next leader for the market here. The blue chips, the financials, going to help push this market up. We're going to get DIA up over 255 in the short to medium term. And we'll get to the XLF. XLF, you can see it breaking out here. We held support. We break out of this wedge here. A strong move up, 29 coming possible. Look, we just hit the momentum turn. We're getting some of the financial like JPM, which was under support resistance here, the 105 level, breaking above it with vigor here. And you can see it break up to 110 plus here as earnings come. Look, momentum's turning. Earnings before the bell for JP Morgan Chase on Friday, Goldman Sachs as well. Look at that candle. We haven't seen a candle like that in quite a long time. Goldman Sachs looking for a move back up to 230s. So some other names to watch. Well, actually, look at the VXX, and I talked about this line previously in some of my blog posts. We could not get over this level here. VXX breaking down yesterday was a sharp move to the downside. Continued to get beaten down even despite the morning weakness. And then we're back to about 31 level for VXX and ultimately back in the 20s. We'll be talking about another summer doldrums possibly for the VXX. Some charts to watch. GME, I remember, remains on a long-term watch here as it's broken up 10-year support. Looks robust up at 16, 17. Analyst initiated coverage yesterday with an $18 target. I think it's going to go higher than that in the short to medium term. And we look at a stock like Vitamin Shop, a very similar name, beaten down, starting to turn around. Two firms have taken a 35% position in the company, 25% of the shares short. So something to watch here. Vitamin Shop, and we have other firms entering new positions in Vitamin Shop, taking 5% plus stake. So certainly following the money there would be going long calls as I've done, going out, getting leaps, and I also got some calls for July. Some other names to watch. Look at Shopify, which has been beaten down but holding support here. We're getting back over the 160 level. Momentum's just starting to turn. Possible move to record highs in the short to medium term. That's it. UPB, it's less than an hour before the opening bell, so I'm going to get out of here. But if you look, momentum's still strong for this market. Despite the morning weakness, we've seen the morning weakness. The VIX is breaking down. We've seen the morning weakness. Even if we turn negative here for the S&P 500 futures, I think ultimately just going to be another rope-a-dope. As we move up, break over this 2800 level, it's going to act as support, and it's going to be the building blocks for new all-time record highs. I'll see you in the chat room. Everyone have a great trading day. Goodbye.